I'm Tania Rogers, and you're listening to Mindful Hustler, the podcast helping entrepreneurs get out of their heads and onto building their dreams. Together, we're building businesses while balancing minds. Let's dive in.
This week, we sit down with the inspiring founder and CEO of Amazing Spaces, a professional organizing company that helps people transform chaotic, dysfunctional environments into peaceful, functional sanctuaries. As a proud Latina business owner, wife, and mom of two, Lizette opens up about the juggling act of entrepreneurship and motherhood and how creating order on the outside often begins with doing the work on the inside. We talk about what it really takes to start a business from scratch, the mindset shifts that helped her grow a brand rooted in service and in beauty, and how organization can become a sacred practice of self care and clarity. If you've ever been sitting on a dream, unsure of how to start, or if fear and overwhelm have been the biggest things in your way, this episode is for you. Lizette, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here. I know we had such crazy technical difficulties, and this is actually the first show that we're doing in person. So thank you for popping our cherry.
So thank you. I'm honored. Truly. I've seen the women you've had on this show, intelligent, very successful women, and I feel honored to be here, honestly.
Oh, thank you. I love your work. I love your company. My best friend, Janika, she has been a longtime client of yours, and she always raves about you. And she texted me and was like, you should really talk to Lizette. Like, she's amazing. She's this powerhouse woman. And it's like perfect. So I'm so happy that you agreed. And I know your insight can really help a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that my clients speak so highly of me. Try my best to make every home as peaceful as I can. And I'm really glad that Janika really reached out to you because I've been needing to do this for a long time. It's been 5 years and it took 5 years to put my face on the company. So
Wow.
yes, I've been kind of hiding.
Wow.
And that's something that we tend to do sometimes. But I've been told that I need to get a little bit more out there. And Janika was one of them. She told me, get out there.
Yeah. This is the perfect platform then. This is like the perfect timing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Wow.
We just celebrated 5 years, so it's been coming.
Congratulations to
Thank
you.
you.
So I want to start from the very beginning. What inspired you to start Amazing Spaces?
It's actually started from a close family member of mine. She really struggled with organizing, and I would go visit her, and she, would struggle a little bit, and I would just start cleaning, as you can say. Like I would just show up and just start cleaning, and I would get so much done in a couple hours. And every time I visit, I will do the same. And one time I just took a couple of pictures before and after. I said, maybe someday, if I ever could, I want to do this. And I saved them and I just use them as a platform to start getting business from there.
Did she ever get like offended when you would start cleaning? Like, how did you do that? Because some people will really get offended.
No, honestly, she really needed it. And some people just need that help. I think two kids, busy mom. Sometimes we all need help. And I have learned over time that the Hispanic community, honestly, all minority communities really struggle with asking for help.
Oh gosh.
So it's like as a mom, we have to just do it all.
Yeah.
And I've learned that other cultures have no problem with saying, "Hey, I need help." But us, we give birth, and the next day we're expected to clean the house. That's how it is. So she needed help, and I little by little just kept helping her, and then it extended to other families and friends. I never actually knew this was a job. This was just something I did for fun and to help, but this stemmed from it. So I'm really grateful that it started from there.
Yeah, you're so right. And I see it in my profession as a therapist. Black and brown women, especially, we just put so much pressure on ourselves. And I think, historically, especially like Black women, we have historically always had to be strong. Going back to our roots, obviously slavery, Hispanic women as well, just like our roots, and it's in our blood.
Yes.
But when it becomes toxic, right, when you're afraid to ask for help, it could really, really just make you stagnant. It could make you depressed. It could give you anxiety. And so, yeah, you're right. You're so right about that. And so you started helping the family member. You didn't realize it was a business. You just enjoyed doing what you were doing. So what inspired you? Like, how did you turn it into a business? What inspired you to go from idea to opening your doors?
I know it sounds crazy because everyone says this during COVID. During COVID, it changed a lot of people.
Yeah.
I was working from home. My son was about a year and a half old. I hit that point where you just don't love what you do and you just feel stuck. Depression hits in as a mom, can't get up, can't go anywhere. My husband was the one who saw me one day. He's like, what is it that you want to do? Do you want to quit? What would you do? He really saw me at that point. And I said, I wish I could just organize people's homes. And I know it sounds crazy because some people say, why would you want to do that? This is what they say, do what you love. And that same afternoon, I opened the company name and started social media. I said, if I'm going to do it, it's going to be now. 3 days later, I had my first booking, and here we are, 5 years.
Wow, you were not playing. That's amazing. Yeah, and COVID really changed everything for a lot of people. I know that's when I officially opened my business as well. And to your point, I'll piggyback off of that. I was so unhappy with what I was doing and I felt so depressed. And I think it was because, when you're in your home doing it and we were on lockdown at that time, every little thing was like highlighted. And so, like I was leaving the home when I was working in the community, but when I could just see just every little activity that I'm doing during the day, I just realized like, what am I doing? Like it just felt so meaningless. Meaningless. And I felt like I went through a deep depression and I was like, you know what? Opening my business really like invigorated this fire inside of me. And I see so many other women who, go through that. So
You need that because that fire starts and it just doesn't go away.
yes.
You just do it.
Yeah.
And COVID actually helped because people bought so much during COVID that my first appointments were just trying to get that under control.
Yeah.
What do I do? I have so much of everything now. I said, no worries. We'll take care of it. And
Yeah.
that also helped, which was crazy, but yeah. So we did it.
Because everybody's in their home. And then you start to notice, like, wait a minute, it's pretty messy in here. If I'm going to be spending a lot of time in here, I want it to look and feel good.
My kids are going to be homeschooled for like basically a year. So I need to create a space for them to be able to go to school.
Oh, that's so true.
Desk areas and turn living rooms into half school.
Yeah,
it was an interesting time, but I learned a lot.
Yeah. And, especially when you spend so much more time in the home, you messy it up more.
And you see what you really don't like. Like, why haven't I taken care of this? A lot of home projects started. Yeah,
it's so true. My husband owns a contracting company, so their work was definitely booming then as well because everybody wanted to work on their house now.
We're home. What else would we do? We had to fix our homes, closets, our kitchens. We wanted everything just to feel at least that we wanted to be home.
Absolutely. So what's the connection between physical clutter and mental and emotional overwhelm?
Oh, I say this too much. This is one of my biggest ones.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand how close they are. People, like, they have organized homes and they don't feel like it's organized. It's usually knickknacks, paint colors, overwhelming art. I know it's hard when we have kids with all the toys and all the colors, but it can be controlled. Like you can put things away in certain bins, at least keep it out of mind. Physical clutter and emotional visual clutter, I say handle the visual clutter as well, not only the physical, because if you have multiple paintings and multiple I call them cabinets with lots of
knickknacks.
Yeah, it's different. You don't want to see that all the time.
Yeah.
Think about when you go into a spa. What do you see?
Simplistic.
Tones, plants, no colors, no heavy colors.
Yeah.
Some people say, "Oh, I love color." Okay, great. Get yourself a couple pillows, like pillows with colors. Where the days that you feel overstimulated, you can tuck them away.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that all the time.
Yeah.
Especially with kids, also like. Leave their toys in their room. Try not to let it overflow into the living room.
Oh, that's the biggest pain in the butt. Oh my goodness.
I just my son is 6 now, but I went through the toddler phase again.
Yeah.
Toys were a big one. I can find it to a corner.
Yeah.
Little wicker bin, keep it there. Try not to let it overflow because if it's in the kitchen, if it's in the bedroom, if it's in the living room, it gets to you. And it's a lot.
I can definitely relate to just wanting a very zen environment. you can tell the state of your mind by the shape of your place. And I'm saying it from experience because I know like my house gets, very messy when we feel overwhelmed very often, especially with kids. But I can just tell like, okay, I need to calm down. I need to take a second and actually just organize. And I've always been a therapeutic cleaner. So whenever I'm stressed out, my husband can tell because I'll go in the kitchen and I'll just like do a deep clean. And there's just something about cleaning that feels so therapeutic, like almost like you're organizing your problems or like washing them away or something. Do you?
It's true.
Yeah.
But they go hand in hand. You feel better if your space is clear, your mind is clear. They just go hand in hand. I like when people say that. Like when I clean, when I'm stressed, I'm like, go ahead, it's good because when you're done being stressed, everything is clean and you feel much better.
Mhm.
Kind of like those people that go to the gym. It's the same thing. Just clean it and you feel much better.
Do you run into a lot of people that hoard? Because I know that it's a huge problem that I think some people don't recognize. They think that they just love hanging on to things. And I know that, I mean, there's different spectrums. Like there's a show on hoarders where it's like you can't even get inside the house.
Yes.
But then there's like also just like a level where it's like, okay, like, do you really have to save that little thing that you got from 10 years? That's what people save everything. It drives me crazy. But do you have experience with hoarders?
Yes, we do. Unfortunately, we don't post them on our social media. We respect all our clients' privacy.
Yeah.
We understand. It's completely understandable. You don't want to show your space. But yeah, we do hoarders quite often. Different levels of hoarding, like the ones you see on the show, which is the ones where you can't even step on the floor. You have to make space on the floor. We've seen it all. But then there's the ones who have, you know, 300 pairs of shoes. Like it's hard to let go of things. Something that happens to the girls that work with me, all the ladies, I will tell them when I hire them, something's going to happen. We call it like an occupational hazard kind of thing. When you work with me after a while, you yourself will start throwing things out in your home because you see so much of it. I'm a minimalist. I have what you call capsule wardrobe. I am very intentional with what I buy.
I love that.
If it's not gonna fit in every season on vacation, it has to make sense. For a piece to live in my closet, it has to make sense.
I love that mindset. I'm gonna
Yes.
steal that.
Oh yes, it has to, because that's little by little is how you have so much. I've run into so many closets and so many shoes and so many toys of kids, overbuying, overspending. Yes, I see it often. And hoarding, people say, oh, hoarder, I'm not a hoarder. No. If you have 20 black blazers, that's considered hoarding. Do you need all of them? I do keep in mind that we live in New Jersey, that we have 4 seasons. But if it's been 2 winters and you haven't used those boots, when are we going to use them? The clients know, ask them 3 questions. When was the last time you used it? When are you planning on using it? And the last one, do you love it? Is it something you genuinely love? Like, are you going to miss this one item? And most of the time is no, to all 3 questions. And how long have you been holding on to this? More than 5 years. Let's get rid of it.
Wow, that really goes hand in hand with emotional baggage.
And the first couple items are hard. Like I can tell how difficult an appointment's gonna be by the first 5 items. After that, it's throw it away. Don't need it. Get rid of it. It Once they see how they feel after those first items, they just start letting go and letting go. And after that, they want to let go even more because now they realize that they don't need any of this. They don't even use any of this. They rather just don't need. And when I leave and we pull out those bags, I feel it. The same way they feel it, I feel it. I can see it. They're much happier. You don't need to hold on to everything.
Yeah. So how did you start building the branding side of your business? And you have a team and, social media. How did you start building?
I, in the beginning, just said I'm gonna, organize. I'll I'll find my way. But after many clients they told me, I've hired organizers in the past. They've never done what you've done. And kind of was like, okay, what did I do? Kind of scary. Did I do something wrong? Like, no, they've never told me, change this piece of furniture or hang up a plant on the wall or put this on the side or move this furniture. It's not only the organizing, I make it an aesthetically pleasing, kind of peaceful way.
Yeah.
You want to look at it, whether it be your closet, your pantry, your garage. You want to walk into this space.
Yeah, it must be inviting.
Yes, you want to get dressed in the morning. You want to go in the bathroom, you want to do your makeup, because when you open it, you see all your brushes. That's the difference. We're not just organizing to organize. Okay, here we go with it. No, we want to make sure that when we leave, you feel good about all parts of your house, not just the one we walked into the pantry. Okay, but while I stepped out, I thought maybe you should do this, or that's the difference between organizing and our brand.
Right, right. And then, so how did you start to hire your team? Were you like a one-man band for a while? And yeah,
I have a little bit of control.
yeah,
It's hard when when you own your business,
yeah.
your brand.
Oh,
So yes, it is a little bit of control issue, but
yeah.
and then after my girls, they've worked with me since day one. So they have 5 years experience with me. They've seen it all with me. I had to let go a little bit of that control.
Yeah.
I had to let them teach them
Mhm.
so they can be able to go on their own. It's hard in the beginning because only you.
It's like only I can do
Only
it.
you can write your brand, know what you want it done.
Yeah,
I know all my
necessary. That
it's necessary.
scaling.
One
Yeah.
of my girls, she loves when we do orders. She's really good at just she makes you very comfortable. No matter how much you want to keep this item, people have thanked her. She's great at what she does. I have another one of my girls. She loves to fold. She can fold in a million different ways. Every single part of my team, it's just like it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Puzzle pieces.
I needed those puzzle pieces. It couldn't just be me.
Yes.
No, sometimes you have, in order to expand. If not, I would have never grown into what I am today.
Absolutely.
You need to expand. You need to let go of that a little bit. Some of my clients from the beginning told me you need to let go. You need a team, and I did get that team.
Yeah. So that's actually leading into my next question. What were some of the biggest mental blocks that you've had to overcome from going from an employee mindset now to a business owner, and any type of fear of anything being seen, or, judgment or anything like that after your work? Like, how did you handle any type of mental blocks?
I think my biggest mental block, and I think it happens to a lot of women, is that we're not good enough.
Yeah.
Or we're not going to be taken serious.
Yes.
I walk into a home and be like, no, it's not. You're not what I expected. I don't fit the mold of an organizer.
Really? Is there a mold?
There is. There's a mold for the house cleaner, but then there's like a mold for the organizer.
Oh, stop it. Yes. Wow.
So I don't fit that cookie cutter mold. So when I walk in, it's like, oh, wasn't expecting you. I'm like, well, here I am. But
that is so interesting, because as you said that, I thought of the organizing shows on like Netflix, and you're right.
I don't fit that mold, but I don't want to fit that mold.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not catering to that cookie cutter, everyone fits all organizing. There's just so many different kinds of organizing. Yeah. I want to make sure that they understand that there are different kinds. That was the biggest mindset block that I had. The second one was probably what it meant to be successful. I have a different definition of it. I am a mom first, so I believe that if I can drop off my kids and pick them up from school, I'm already successful. So I had to build a brand around being able, my girls, most of them are moms. I want them to be able to drop off their kids at school and pick them up. So how are we going to do that? So that was my two biggest mindsets. It's getting over the imposter syndrome, that I'm not good enough. I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this. I've been doing this since people actually started doing this as a business online and on Netflix. Yes. So why am I putting myself down? This has been something that I've been dreaming of for over 10 years, and it took me this long to finally say it's time.
You know what I realized? When someone is so good at something and it's so effortless to them, we often just devalue it. Like you were saying, like you thought you were just cleaning your family member's house, didn't realize it was a business. And it's because we downplay our natural instincts, and we think that it's supposed to look a certain way. And, I always tell people that are interested in creatives and all that, you can make a life and a business out of it. Absolutely. It's just all about what you believe that you can do. And then you figure out how to monetize. You figure all the resources out that you need, but you first have to believe that it's actually possible.
Stop believing, that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Once you get past that and your clients start talking about you and referring you, you start, oh, okay, well, I guess, it's just me. I was myself. I was me holding myself back all the time.
Absolutely. So how do you wear all of the hats that you wear? Mom, wife, business owner, I'm sure mentor, right? Like leader. Like how do you wear all those hats?
I My husband, he you have to have a good
Yes. Good partnership.
partner. My kids, the kids are great. My kids, I wouldn't be able to do any of this without them.
Mm.
Friends, family who supported me along the way, and
Your team. Yeah.
my team,
Yeah.
they're always there. Like I could call them wait, we're doing a order tomorrow. I'm down. What time?
I love
They
that.
they love also what they do. So it's easy when it comes to when you have a team with you.
Yeah.
So wearing many hats is easy when you have the support.
Yeah. What does it mean for you to be a proud Latina business owner?
Again, it feels weird when you say that.
Oh,
Because it's like, am I? But it's hard. The imposter syndrome does not go away.
wow.
When it actually hit me that I had a business, it was one of my girls. I had texted her something like, "Hey, we're gonna meet tomorrow at 9 o'clock," and she, "No problem, boss." And I'm like,
Mm.
"Oh yeah, I forgot."
It's an identity shift.
It's I'm like, "Oh yeah, I am your boss, I guess." It's like we just work together, but no, technically, I am the one that has to tell you like
Yeah.
where to go, what time. It is part of that, but I feel good knowing that Latina business owner, that all my ladies they're Latina. Like I try to, and my company's only women. I try to employ moms, or most of my girls still go to school. Like
Mm.
I want them to feel empowered as well when they work with me and what we do. So it feels good. At the end of the day, it feels good, and it's a good role model for my daughter. I wanted to show her that there's different kinds of success.
What kind of practices, like morning rituals or any type of organization, do you have around protecting your peace? What type of self-care that you do?
I say, if you want to call it morning ritual, because it doesn't even feel like a ritual, do your bed
I love that.
every morning. That doesn't even feel like I do my bed every morning. It's just so natural.
Mhm.
Do your bed.
Mhm.
If you cannot start a productive day,
Mhm.
if you didn't start with doing your bed,
Mhm.
that's step number one.
Mhm.
I'm big on that. A lot of parents ask me, how do I get my kids to do their bed? I say, okay, simple. Do you do your bed?
Right. What do you do?
And they're like, no. Okay, then. Kids don't do what you tell them. They do what they see. Like
Yes.
they see my kids. I've never had to tell my daughter to do her bed, or my son. Like it's just so natural in my home that I don't I don't even know what happened if a bed now was not done. They'd be like, what's going on? It's rare for them to see something like that. So you want your house to have that peace. You have to start with yourself. Your kids, they'll mimic you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Any tips or advice you can give someone who wants to start organizing their home and is thinking about hiring a company, but also just wants the basics for now to do it on their own? You said something before that really stuck with me, and I always like it. Where does this live? Like tips like that.
Okay, that's a phrase I like to say a lot. Where does this live?
Yep.
Because things need to have a home. If it does not have a home, you're just gonna place it anywhere.
Mhm.
Where does this live? If it doesn't live anywhere, we have to find it at home.
Mhm.
Start with what's on your floor. Why is it on your floor? Are your kids' coats on the floor? Are their book bags on the floor? Is there a hook for them? Is it reachable? Because if the hook is up here, they're not going to be able to reach it. It
Then
has
you have
to
to
be,
always do it for
yes,
them.
it has to be at their level. It
Yeah.
has to be easy for them. Organizing shouldn't be difficult. It shouldn't make your life harder. It should make it easier. If something's difficult, then that's not the kind of organizing for you. There's so many different kinds of organizing, and it has to be tailored to you.
Mhm.
What's easier for you? Example: a hardworking, busy mom of three will tell me, "Hey, I want to do my pantry, and I want all clear bins with all the food inside." I said, "Okay, great. I'm just going to tell you that this might not work for you, because think about it. You have to cook 4 or 5 times a week. You're going to use these bins 4 or 5 times a week. You're going to have to refill them all the time. It's going to take time to do this. This is going to be maintenance.
Mhm.
Do you have the time to do this? This might not be for you.
Mhm.
It shouldn't be harder. It should be easier. It's going to be a chore. It's not organizing. So
That's true.
you have to find the one that works for you. That, and my biggest tip I tell everyone: the day before garbage day, get a bag and start throwing out anything that you see that you do not need.
Mm.
Get it. A bag a week, you can do a lot.
What if your partner is more of like the person who hangs on to it and you are the person who just wants to throw it away? Because that is my struggle in my marriage. We are so opposite with that. For example, right? I like to donate clothes that I'm not wearing. And so I have two big bags. I kid you not, like probably last month and I knew I should have gotten in the car and just did it myself. But my husband took it and, I said, oh, babe, can you put it in the car and just drive it to the bin? Oh, let me go through it first. Let me go through it first. I said, babe, please, I know it's going to sit in the car. No, no, it's been in the car ever since then. And he's like, I'm going to go through it today. But he has such a problem letting go. And so, yeah, what would you recommend?
I would have never showed him. I would have just got rid of it. Sometimes you just got to make these decisions.
Sometimes, yes, yes.
There's always one that holds on to more, and one that's just like throw it out.
Yeah, it could be very good couples counsel.
It is because, again, why are you holding on to this?
Yeah.
I've learned that minorities, we tend to, because it comes from our grandparents, of holding on to in case somebody needed it.
Yes, saving it for a rainy day.
Yes.
It's so true.
My mother-in-law, they always have a bag of clothes, either saving it or sending it back to our country. Like,
yeah,
I'm going to be honest, 9 out of 10 times it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just still there. So how long are we going to hold on to this?
Right, right.
It's very hard. It's something that we were grown with, like, just hold on to it. Somebody else will need it.
Yeah.
But it's living in your house, it's
taking up space,
it's just sitting there.
Yeah, yeah. So true. Yeah. Is there anything that you could tell the version of yourself that was afraid to start?
I wish I could say that I would say start, but I don't think I was ready. I don't think I think I needed that to hit that rock bottom, that depression. I needed to hit all that. I needed that fire to like start.
Yeah.
Because maybe I wouldn't have taken it serious. Maybe I'd be like, oh, I'm still young. I have time. Like, I just wanted to feel that. I needed to be in that job where I had to request a day off and not get it and be like, this is not for me.
Wasn't that the worst feeling ever?
And then one day I just said, this someday I'll own my own business. I have to figure it out, but someday I will. Back then I wasn't ready. I knew then at that moment that I opened my company that same day, that's when I was ready.
You were ready. Girl, that requesting vacation time, that's one of the things that did it for me too. I'm like, I have to request, and I know I understand the basics. You got to tell people so that they can plan, but just like requesting and then you may not get it. It's like, how controlling of my time do you need to be? Yeah.
It's not for everyone. It's for some people, but it's not for everyone.
I agree with that. And also it's for some people at different times in your life, right? Like I talked to different business owners who did go back and get a job. Actually, my friend who I just talked to on the last episode, she recently got a job, but then she quit and went back to her business. But it doesn't have to be, you don't have to choose one thing forever. Sometimes you do need certain things at certain times. Sometimes it's like, you just need something mindless so that you can go to school, so that you can build whatever your next step is. So, and I've been there plenty of times. So it's definitely not shaming it. But I think to your point, when you're ready for the next step, it's going to feel like torture. It's going to feel like you just can't go on. And that's what I experienced. That's what you experienced. And then the next, like the phoenix is born.
Because if you don't have that, where you can't go back to like that feeling of, this is why I do it.
Yeah.
Because not all companies are the same. Some
Very true.
you request your days off and they're very lenient, but there's just some that just want to hold that to every single minute of your time.
Sometimes it's the culture of the company, or even just like if it's like a franchise, like the actual, I don't know, I guess like office or whatever, where it's like the people in charge are the ones that are just,
like, no, there was no other person in my position. So since there was nobody, I quit that job with 2 weeks of vacation time because I could never take a day off.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? That's why my girls, like, they need a day off. I don't care what it's for. You need a mental break day. You want to go to the beach. That's fine. I mean, I don't like to make a big deal out of it because I know what it feels like to need a day off, and another one of my girls will happily take your appointment.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
That's great. That's great. So last question.
Yeah.
What does hustle mindfully mean to you?
Grind. Get it. Make your company. Do what you got to do. Work that 60, 80-hour week that we do sometimes. But mindfully is the part that don't forget why you're doing it. Don't forget why you're doing all this hustling. Or, my kids, my husband, my family. Take those breaks. That's to me what hustle mindfully would mean, because you're doing it all, but you need to remember why you're doing it. And my family is my priority. I understand there are many unorganized homes, but at the end of the day, I do it for them. I do it for the freedom to spend time with them. You can't just work, 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 and forget about your kids. You need to be able to make that time for them, take them out, do that vacation. This is why we work these crazy hours, to have the freedom. So use it, like use the freedom. Hustle mindfully. That's what it means to me.
I love that. Thank you so much for being here. You're a wonderful guest. I hope we can do this again. I feel like I have so many more questions and I need so many more tips from you because
There's so much that you can just go on and go on. And just so many different topics on organizing that it's just, and entrepreneurship, because this ain't my only business.
Oh my goodness. You see? Okay,
it just stems out.
So now you have to come back on. We'll do this again. Thank you so much. I appreciate
No, thank you so much.
Where can people find you?
AmazingSpacesNJ.com. You could Amazing Spaces NJ on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Even if you just want to see some crazy before and afters.
Oh,
they're fun to watch.
Yes, they're so gratifying. I just love it's amazing.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for listening. If you like this episode and you don't want to miss another, make sure you subscribe. See you next time.